Hi, I'm James with TVS Pro, and today we are talking about two very popular systems from DJI, the Phantom 2, which has been king for a long time, and the newly released Inspire 1. You'll have to forgive my voice, I'm just getting over a cold, but we couldn't wait any longer to do this video because there's just too much buzz and excitement about it. It's a great system. So by popular demand, we've been getting a lot of requests and questions about these two systems, differences between the two, and is the Inspire 1 made to replace the Phantom 2? In answer to that direct question, no, they are not. And simply, I mean, you have very similar features, but price point is very different between these two. So we're going to jump right in to the differences between these two systems. First, everybody's asking about the 4K camera. Is it everything that it's made out to be? Because I know with the Vision Plus, there's some people who like their camera gimbal system and some people who don't. I have been very impressed with this 4K quality camera. You have the same sensor size in both the GoPro and the Inspire, so you're going to have similar low light capabilities. However, the pros, and you'll see some of these in the videos that you're going to be looking at, you have zero fisheye lens on this camera. The Inspire 1 is a 94 degree opposed to GoPro's, I think it's up to 149, maybe even larger. So you'll look at this video and you'll see the horizon is flatter than anything GoPro can do. These are not cropped videos. This is filmed at 4K in an MOV file at 30 frames a second. So for professional quality or higher quality looking video, I've got to give thumbs up to Inspire. They really did a good job with this camera. You also have ND filters too, that the Inspire 1 comes with. GoPro can't do that unless you go to some third-party lenses and whatnot. And as I mentioned, you've got two codecs that you can go between, an MOV and an MP4 format. GoPro will only let you do the MP4. That could prove valuable in post. As far as stills, GoPro will let you do like an interval. Every 5 seconds it'll snap a picture. There is a shutter button on the remote, so at your leisure you can snap a picture without dropping any frames. That is actually kind of nice, and those stills can be changed to a DNG raw JPEG, which would be great for color correction and whatnot post with Adobe type softwares. What I've kind of coined is sunstrobe. If you're familiar with the Phantom platforms, if you're ever in the sunlight, you're going to get, and you're going to see a great example in this next video, you're going to get that shadow from the propeller in the shot, and it's that shadow strobe, that sun strobe. In this video that you're looking at, you will see the shadow from the props going in front of the lens, but because of the retractable gear that can raise and lower, those shadows from that lens completely disappear. So forget the shadow, what about the props? If you've had problems with props getting in your shot, that retractable gear is a valuable tool in the quality of your video. We have really enjoyed that feature of it. So that's the camera. As far as battery life, DJI's Inspire battery and the system that it shows you on the app is phenomenal. They've taken it above just showing you on the top right the percentage of that battery, but there's a bar and it will count down. It'll go from 9 minutes telling you how much longer you can fly to a 7 minute and so on, all the way across the top of that screen, and it'll show you more details and everything about it. It really is a good system. It also has a longer flight time. The Phantom spec is 25 minutes, but if you're at a higher altitude like us in Utah, that's going to decrease it down a few minutes. Also, that's without any of the accessories, the gimbal, the GoPro, the iOSD Mini, and the downlink, and all that stuff eat that battery life. So realistically, you're going to be 15 to 18 minutes. Because the Inspire is an all-in-one inclusive system, that 20-minute spec is actually really accurate. And that's with a stock battery. You can buy a larger milliamp battery that'll give you an extra 2 to 3 minutes. So you're over 20 minutes with 3 batteries, and each of them charging in under an hour. You've got an hour's worth of flight time, which is it's awesome with 3 batteries. You wouldn't be able to do that with any other system out there. As far as performance, the agility of the Inspire 1 is really fun. It responds in your pitches and your rolls really fast. It is much more responsive, much more agile, and it is twice as fast. I had, just as we got this sample in from DJI, I went down to southern Utah. In this next clip you're going to see, these are uncut. This is real time. We're not slowing these down. We're not speeding these up. Showing you some of the speeds and options that are available. I did not have a second camera operator. This is just me controlling the copter and the camera. It is twice as fast. The spec on the Phantom 2 is about, if I remember correctly, you're about 28 to 30 miles an hour, whereas the Inspire is up to 50 miles an hour. It is fast, and it's a lot of fun when you hear it coming by that fast. It doesn't sound like a propeller to me. It sounds a lot more stealthy, which is kind of silly to say because it is a quadcopter, but the coolness factor of the sound is there with the Inspire, besides the fact that it's just sexy looking. The other thing, as far as that performance goes, that is really going to help out with indoor flying is going to be the sensors on the bottom of the Inspire 1. I do not recommend flying the Phantom indoors, but those sensors, you've got 1 camera and 2 sonar sensors that are sending waves. Now granted, these sensors and that camera only take effect, the spec says 2 meters. So anything higher than that, they're not playing any effect. But what this means is in a building or some sort of edifice where GPS signal is limited, those underbody cameras and sensors are really going to help out with the stability of the copter without GPS. Hands up, thumbs up, I should say, to the Inspire for, or DJI really, to come up with that system, because I know people have wanted to do things indoors, and with the Phantom 2 you're kind of limited. The Inspire 1 really helps out in that regard. So now let's talk about video downstream or streaming, downlinks or streaming. Second generation light bridge built into the Inspire and the remote. Now granted, the Phantom 2 can have a light bridge added on to it, but you're going standard def versus HD, and there is 0 noise in that clip you're seeing right now. There's a lot of noise. That was from the Phantom, and there's a lot of noise. That's a filter thing. I don't know. We've never really been able to get rid of it, and granted, these are all stock. This is stock products that we're putting, DJI products, on the Phantom. That's their 5.8 gigahertz downlink, whereas opposed to the downlink system or the streaming video quality on the Inspire, there's 0 noise. That is the same monitor in that video you're seeing. That is exactly the same monitor, but those lines are gone. It's a phenomenal looking video. So you have 0 noise, and you're going on the Phantom 2 from a 3,000 foot range to just over a mile on the Inspire 1. The downside to that, though, is that light bridge operates on 2.4 gigahertz, whereas the downlink on the Phantom operates at 5.8. Differences between those, a lot of people have this question too. 2.4G is great for range, so you'll get a lot more range, but it is slower, so it has a latency. There is a slight latency, not even a second though. I'd maybe say half a second with the Inspire or light bridge video, whereas the 5.8 gigahertz is not going to give you that same range, but it is fast. There's 0 latency, you'll notice, on the Phantom 2. For me though, my personal opinion, I would give up that half second of latency for quality of video, and I think most people will as well. And again, you can put a light bridge onto the Phantom, but you're going to be $13.99 in cost. So now you're about the same price point as these 2 platforms, but the advantage is if you Velcro that light bridge to the bottom of the Phantom, you could use that light bridge on anything else, including the DJI Ronin, which is built for the light bridge, and so you could use that on both systems. If you own the Ronin, then they discount that light bridge for $100, so it is only $1,000. There is that discount there. The remote. Both of these remotes, they have with the second generation Phantom 2 improved it greatly, but hands down the Inspire, I love this thing. It feels so good in your hands. It's comfortable. The grips, the rubber grips on the outside, the ease of use, the comfortable user friendliness, the features, everything is awesome. As far as also being able to add a second camera operator with a second remote, you couldn't ever do that with the Phantom 2. In some of those videos and whatnot that you saw, some of the camera work is jerky. That's because it was just me. I was flying it with that camera. If you're looking for good quality, smooth transitions and no harsh stops or starts, we really recommend that second camera operator. The other cool feature with this remote is you're going to have a built-in GPS system. The Phantom, what that'll do is the Phantom, when it locked its home point and it goes into failsafe, it's going to go to where it lands. The Inspire is not like that. Because of the built-in GPS unit on the Inspire, it will return to not where it took off from, but the remote. So if you're doing an over water or sea shot and you're in a boat, it's not going to go land itself in the water and return to where it took off. If you traveled a mile from where you took off from, it's actually going to come to the remote. Dynamic home point is what DJI calls it, and it's a phenomenal feature. You've also got customizable buttons. There's 2 buttons on the back of this that you can customize, something the Phantom remote will never be able to do. And the app use is, as you're going to see in this next little video, you have full use or control of the camera, its settings, a playback feature, flight path recorder. It's piggybacked with Google Maps. You can change mid-flight. I mean, this is all while it's flying in the air. Change what formats you're recording in or taking pictures in. And you also have that playback feature too, so that if you wanted to make sure that you got that shot just right, you don't have to land the copter, take out the SD card, go back to a computer, look at it, no, I didn't like it, get it back in the copter, take off. You can do all that and scroll through and look at your pictures and your videos while it's still in the air, and then redo them if you need to. So all in all, if money was aside, we've got to give the winner, obviously, to the Inspire 1. It's a nicer platform. They've been listening to comments and reviews, and they really have outdone themselves. It's a lot of fun to fly, but is it here to replace the Phantom 2? Absolutely not. You're about half the cost for an FPV with flight data information on there as well. Half the cost of the Inspire 1. Plus, you're going to have all the mobility of a GoPro too, which is nice. You know, you just go scuba diving or snowboarding or whatever it is you're going to do with that cool camera. So we're not knocking it at all. But if you are under budget, the Phantom 2 is going to be a great platform that you'll be able to get lots of professional quality video out of. But if you're not under budget, step up and do the Inspire 1. You will not regret it. Because the Phantom is going to give you very similar features, high-end features, but at a much more affordable cost. If you've got questions and you want to know more about these 2 systems, the differences, we can't cover everything obviously, and you want to see more about the apps, how to navigate, how to do compass calibrations, how to customize the buttons, let us know. Comment on these. Follow us on our Twitter and Facebook and everywhere else where we're at. We want to hear some feedback. Share video with us. We'd love to see what you guys are out there doing with these systems. DJI's support is improving. You've got 24/7 live support on this new platform. We've got them in stock. Let us know if you've got questions. Feel free to contact us. Phone number is 801-486-5757. My email is jamesb@tvspec.com. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy flying.